Want a sword? Get a mentor. Hey, it's Nina Carmichael, and we made these videos probably because you're the most ambitious person in your circle. But you know you're capable of much more, and you get that push by surrounding yourself with the best. So today, let's learn from one of the best, my husband Evan Carmichael, and learn just focus on one idea and make it work. Enjoy. Okay, let's kick it off with rule number one. Focus on one thing.
Focus on one idea and make it work. Focus on one business model, focus on one revenue stream, focus on one social media network, and make it work. So many times we're focused on too many things, we're distracted, and our entrepreneur ADHD kicks in, and as a result, nothing happens for all the people who are telling you to have 13 different passive income streams, because if one goes away, you still have all these other 12. Most of the people who start off doing that make zero money from all of the passive income streams. You're making $10 a month, $4 a month, $7 a month, where instead if you could focus on one thing and maximize it and make it amazing and put your energy into it, you will see exponential results. I look at social media as an example, and I just finished this training where we did the 7-day Built to Serve challenge. It was amazing. Had so many awesome new thought leaders come into the program. People have got a big message, want to serve. And one of the questions I kept getting asking is, how do I be on every social media platform? How do I be everywhere? How do I get started and just blow up everywhere? It's like, you don't, right? The answer is don't try to do that. If you are the person right now who is trying to be everywhere, look at your social media accounts. Chances are you're sucking everywhere. Chances are not you suck as a human, just the results aren't there. The effort's not there, the energy's not there, because you're so forcing yourself to just get out there and create content and be on all the platforms that you also have a million other things that you have to do. And so as a result, you're creating really mediocre content that people aren't interacting with. And if people don't like what you're putting up, it's not going to lead to results for your business. And so much better. It doesn't mean that you can't be there, you know? It doesn't mean that at some point you can't be there. That as you build your brand and you get bigger and you hire a team and you have more money, that you can start to do this. But much better at the beginning is to figure out, what is the one platform? What is the one revenue stream? What is the one business model? The one thing that if I focus on that thing, it's going to lead to results, so then I can scale. Entrepreneurs have a hard time with this because we want to do so many things. We have our ADD brain going on, and we don't want to just do one thing. We also feel like it is limiting for what we want to do, right? If you have a big vision, a big mission, a giant goal for what you want to accomplish, doing just this one little piece of it feels too small. The way that I would structure it and think about it is, this is just a sequence. You still get to do everything. You still get to do it all. You just have to go in order. You have to create a sequence that the thing that you need to focus on at the beginning of your business, whether it's your revenue stream, whether it's a social media success, whatever it is, what you have to figure out is, how do I start to, as soon as possible, get a sustainable business for myself so that I can quit my job, if you have one, so that I can bring income in for myself and my family, so I can start to afford to hire a team, even if it's part-time or one person, so you can scale up your company, so that I can then go off and do all the other things. Because some of your ideas are amazing and huge and require more people and time and effort and energy, and some of the ideas can get started a lot faster. And so if you want to go and accomplish your big goal, your big dream, your big mission, then it's important to think about the sequence of things, that instead of doing everything all at once, and as a result, all of the results being mediocre, focus on the one thing that if you push that lever, you really maximize that thing, you could start to make more money, you could start to have more impact, you can start to have more reach, you can start to see more success, that then allows you to bring on more people to help you build and scale. For me, we've got 37 people on the team now, and I can do so much more, you know, because we got team, than if it was just me by myself doing everything. And so in building my mission, I want to solve the world's biggest problem, right? People don't believe in themselves enough. And so in building that up, I need people, I need help, I need support, I need team, I need a lot more than what I've got right now. But in being able to build a business that can bring in money, then I can afford to hire a team that helps me accomplish a lot more things and take on a lot more projects. But if I was at the very beginning of what I was doing right now, I would not be doing most of the things that I'm doing right now. I'd still be accomplishing and going after the same mission, but I'd have to pick one thing to focus on. Pick the one thing at the beginning that I think I could make some money doing this so that I can live, I can pay, rent, mortgage, I can pay my internet bills, I can pay for some food, not living, a fancy life, but just being able to live and survive so I don't have to have a job. And then I would start thinking, okay, how do I then scale this one thing that I'm working on to build up to the point where I can remove myself, or at least take some of the pieces off so that I can hire a team to help build and scale and grow. If I look back on my YouTube journey here, I did everything at the beginning. I filmed it, I researched it, I edited it, I did all of it. And it took a crazy amount of time. And I made a lot of mistakes, and I did a lot of stuff that I probably shouldn't have done. And just by focusing on that thing and making content and creating videos, it then allowed me to make a little bit of money that then I could hire my first part-time editor, that then turned into a full-time editor, that turned into a second editor and a research person, that turned into someone helping with the thumbnails and the graphics. And it continues to build up and scale. But everything I was doing myself in a mediocre way, but getting it done to then be able to scale out a team. And so most people are just stuck doing too many things. You're stuck, look at what you're doing on a day-to-day basis. Look at your calendar. You have a limited amount of time, right? You have a limited amount of time. There's only so much you can do in a day, in a week. You have other responsibilities. Maybe you have a job. Maybe you have family, kids, health that you have to look after. There's a certain amount of time that you have that you can dedicate to this thing. That time needs to go into the right efforts. And again, it's great to have that big mission and big goal and big dream. But if you have a limited amount of time every day or every week, and you are trying to create 13 passive income streams with that limited amount of time, no one of the streams ever gets enough energy, enough effort, enough of your mind space, enough of your creativity, enough of your love to ever become anything. And so you're diversifying way too quickly. You're diversifying way too soon. And apply that for anything that you're working on. Apply that to your business and the opportunities that you're chasing, the partnerships that you're looking at, the things that you're saying yes to, the social media networks that you're trying to be on. Do yourself a favor. Don't try to be everywhere. Not yet, right? Just understand there's a sequence to things. And you can make it so much easier for yourself to have more impact, to make more money, to have a bigger influence, to be more proud of yourself, to start getting more success and more results and more momentum. So much easier if you just sequence it out so that you don't have to do everything all at once. You don't have to feel the handcuffs and the restriction of saying, well, I don't want to do this one thing for the rest of my life. This is where it gets, entrepreneur ADE kicks in, right? And we don't want to be locked in. I don't want to do the same thing forever. Well, you won't do it forever. That's not the point. The point is not to do this one thing forever. That if you took these 10 opportunities in front of you, you could do all 10. You could do all 10. Just not all 10 at the same time. Because if you do all 10 at the same time, none of them are going to work out. And often it's a smaller opportunity that can pay you more quickly, that can start to build the momentum for you. So if you have your list of your 10 opportunities in front of you, 10 things that you could do, great. Look at what order should I go in so that I can start making money and start building momentum. One last quick example. I look at a lot of thought leaders, a lot of people who have a message, a lot of people want to be speakers and authors and coaches and influencers, and they've got big goals and big ambitions for what they want to create. When I'm helping someone like that, usually the first option is coaching. The best thing to do at the beginning is coaching. So we're going to dive into one specific business model, right? If you can look at, let's say, be a speaker, getting brand deals as an influencer, writing a book, and coaching. If we had those are 4 opportunities in front of you, right? Let's say. So what did I say? Being a speaker, getting paid to speak, getting paid to do brand deals, getting paid to be an author and selling books, even selling courses, your own materials and training and etc. and coaching. Those are 4 or 5 different business models that you can go through. Perfect. At the beginning, which one is the best? What should you focus on? It should be coaching. Why? People don't like the idea of coaching because you're trading your time for money, right? I don't want to trade my time for money. Okay. Well, what are you doing right now? You're at a job? Because if you're at a job, you're trading your time for money. If you have unlimited time to figure stuff out and you have a giant bank account, then you could do something different. But if you need to start to make money to build this thing up, then yes, you're trading your time for money, but it's a faster path to get you out of your job and into your business full time. Where everything else takes a lot more time. Speaking takes an incredible amount of time. If you want to be a paid speaker and get paid enough that it's actually meaningful, it takes a lot of time for you to get good at the skill, as well as for you to build up momentum and a name in the industry. You have to do a lot of free speaking gigs before you ever get paid to do it. So if you have a horizon of years, awesome. But I'd rather you start getting paid immediately while we work on the speaking career. You want to be an author and get paid to have a book? Cool. You can go and self-publish a book right now if you wanted to. You can get it out. You'll make, you can sell it to your friends and family, your audience. You'll make a few bucks, but it's not going to be anything meaningful. To get a paid deal or to have a significant, even if you're going self-publishing, to make a lot of money off your book, you have to have a big audience. To get the deal with a publisher, they want you to have at least 100,000 followers. That's like your starting point to get in. So is that achievable? Of course. But now we're looking at years as a horizon as opposed to like this has to happen right away. So you're not getting paid right now off of your book. So if you're sitting there thinking, writing a book, creating a great manuscript, creating a great how-to guide, it's not going to be the thing that helps get you any kind of money anytime soon. And I want you to get paid because most people quit too soon on their ideas, or they're trying to do a million different things at once, right? If you're trying to create a course, same thing. You have to build up enough momentum. You spend so much time making a course, creating the content, filming videos, or writing instruction manuals, or creating the PDFs, or whatever your course structure is. It takes so long to make the course, and then you have to go and market the course, and people don't know who you are yet. You don't have a brand yet. So could it work? Absolutely. Will it pay you more than coaching? Yes, absolutely. Most likely. It's way more easy to leverage that than coaching. But again, the timeline is so long, and most people quit too soon on it. Where if you were coaching, you can make money right away. As long as you have something that can actually help people, right? If you're good at what you do, you know how to solve somebody's problem, you can make money as a coach right away. And yes, you're trading your time for money, but it's better than having a job. And it also gets you closer to your customers. At the very beginning, I'm a much bigger fan of selling a service than a product because it gets you closer to your customers. You get to know their problems, you know their issues, you know what exactly they're struggling with, and you can help them solve it, which allows you to create a better book, a better course, a better product because you've worked with enough people through the problem. And so most entrepreneurs fall into the category, I want to do all of it. Great, I want to be a speaker, I want to be an author, I want to create my course, I want to create my book, I want to be a coach, I want to do all of it. Awesome. You have a limited amount of time every week. To work on all 5 of those things at the same time means there's very little progress. If that's you and you've been writing your book, how long have you been writing your book for? Like, when is it going to come out? What year? How many speaking gigs have you done in the past 3 months? Right? How much time has gone into your course? It's like we start and stop because we're tackling so many different things because you want to do it all and you want to have income streams coming in like crazy. And there's nothing wrong with that. It's amazing. But there's a sequence. There's an order that if you can, as soon as possible, inside of your purpose, start to make money, start to build momentum, start to be able to bring on team to help you. It's so much easier. You can go so much further. You can go so much faster. You can have so much less stress. You can have such a big impact that you just need to focus. You just need to focus. It's all possible. Your big dreams are possible. Go in order, figure out the sequence that will start to get you paid, and focus.
Rule number 2, stop hiding.
If I can't tell the difference between you and all of your competitors, then the only reason why I'm gonna buy from you is because you have a cheaper price. You don't want to win on being the cheapest. You're amazing. You're a genius. You have Michael Jordan level talent. And it's time for the world to see it. You need to stop hiding. So I remember not too long ago, I was in New York and I was meeting with former mentor. Wow, that's hard to say 3 times fast. Former mentor. Okay, got it. Yes. Meeting with a former mentor of mine, and he was asking what my competitive advantage was, and I said, believe. I said, believe, what is that? Like, believe, I want people to believe. I want to give people hope. I want people to have hope that it's possible and show them another way. It's like, hope? You can't be in the hope business. You're selling hope? What is that? You're never gonna win off of hope. You can't win off of believe. That's just silly. And you know, a younger version of me would have felt, man, I don't know, maybe he's right. Here's this guy who's had so much experience and done so many things. Who am I to judge? I don't know, I've never done this before. But the me who was listening to him was like, this guy just doesn't get it. I'm gonna crush off belief. I already am crushes off belief. People stop me and say, hey, you're the believe guy. Yeah, that's my mission, yo. That's what I'm doing every day. That's what I wake up trying to spread. It's the world's biggest problem and I'm tackling it. I'm gonna make my dent in the universe. Steve, right? I'm gonna go make my dent in the universe. That's my competitive advantage. And there may be people who don't understand it, and that's okay. You can't let their limited view of the world and super limited view of you prevent you from going off and doing your thing. So how do you find out what your competitive advantage is? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that I think will help. We go through who, why, how. This is a super high level overview, but I think will really help. I think this concept will be life-changing. I've already seen it be life-changing, but I hope it has a big ripple effect in the world. So step 1 is the who. Who is your most important core value? What is it? What is your single most important core value? You have one. If you're a human, you have one. It's positive. You're here to make a difference. What is it? So for me, it's believe. My most important core value is believe. What is it for you? If you have to pick one single core value, not a list of 20 core values that you hang up on a wall and that nobody remembers, that doesn't count. One, pick one. Stop saying you can't get me down to one. Stop trying to be perfectionist. Stop getting in your own way. Clarity is power. What is the one most important core value that you have? That's your who. Second is your why. Who, why, how. So why now is your purpose comes from your pain. The thing that you struggled with the most is the thing that you want to help other people with. So I could believe in anybody, right? I could believe, I'm looking down at the traffic down there on the 401, the busiest highway in Canada. I'm looking at the cars down there and I could believe in every one of those people down there. Every one of those people. I love believing in entrepreneurs more than anybody else because that's where I struggled. That was my biggest pain. Me saying I quit on my business partner and not knowing what to do next was the worst day of my life. And so I want to make it a little bit easier for other entrepreneurs not to struggle and feel alone as much as I did. And so whatever you struggled with, the most painful moment in your life, emotional pain, not physical pain, emotional pain, what was it? Your purpose, your why for the rest of your life is helping people who currently are what you used to be. Helping people who currently are going through the thing that you struggled so much through. You'll love helping people in general. Humans are built to serve. You'll love it. You'll love holding the door for somebody. You'll love, buying the groceries for somebody behind you in line. You'll love random act of kindness. You'll love cuddling a cute puppy. You'll love all of that stuff. It's great. We're built to serve. We are. It's hardwired into us. You'll love serving. But if you find somebody who is who you used to be, and you help them see a path forward, you represent hope to them, you give them strategies to come out of that hole and learn from you, it's gonna fill you up on a whole new level. You are built to serve and your purpose comes from your pain. That's your why. Who, why, last one is how. How is how you got out of it. How did you get out of the hole? That wasn't some random event. You probably tried a whole bunch of things to try to learn and get better and improve. You found a couple things that actually worked. That wasn't some random fluke. That's a teachable recipe that you can show other people. How you got out of the hole is something that you can teach other people so that they can climb out of the hole as well. They'll see you as somebody who represents hope to them, but not just hope, strategies. You're telling them what to do, right? The hope is the emotional component that is required. If they don't have hope, they're not gonna do anything. But once you got their heart, now you gotta lock in their brain and say, well, here's how to do it. Here's the steps, 1, 2, 3, let's go, right? So that's the how. And for me, how I saved my business, that I quit on my business partner, was I modeled success. I looked at Bill Gates and how he started Microsoft because I had a software company. And so I learned from him, I applied those strategies, and now my company started to grow. And what have I been doing for the past 20 years? Modeling success. The same thing that I learned when I was 19, I'm still doing now, and I'm teaching it now, right? I'm showcasing all these videos and everything you learn from all these successful people. So how you got out of it, even if you're not done climbing, you're not done. I'm not done believing in myself. There's still a million more steps to go. Awesome. Every time you take a step, you pull somebody up. Every time you take another step, you pull somebody up. You give back, you look back, you help, you assist. And how you can reach back is through the lessons that you have learned. And so you go through the who, why, how process, right? Who, your one word, most important core value. Why, your purpose comes from your pain. And then how becomes your passion. However you got out of the hole yourself, you can teach other people. And all of those combined becomes your competitive advantage. So nobody can touch you. Nobody can touch believing in entrepreneurs like me. You want to do videos like I do it? Awesome. I don't worry about it, because at best you're going to be a junior Evan Carmichael. I want you to go do you. I'm facing forward, right? I'm in the present, facing forward, 0 time spent in the rearview mirror, right? And so that becomes your competitive advantage. You got to go find it.
Also, if you want to have more self-confidence and self-belief, the science says it can take up to 254 days of consecutive action for you to shift that habit forward. So I've designed a special free program to help you get more self-belief for every day. For 254 days, I will send you an email to an unlisted video that, if you watch it, will shift your confidence forward. The links to join for free are in the description below.
So you have to really want to do it. If it's a bucket list thing that you have to do and you're deeply passionate about it, you have a message that you want to share, or this needs to come out, right? You need to give birth to this thing. It's that important to you. Then you should go out and do it.
Pick the right things to work on, and then 2, focus on executing those things.
Making videos every day. And I'm impatient as anything because I want it to be amazing. I want to make every video better than the last.
Rule number 3, be a problem solver.
Making money is about solving problems. That's the core of business. Someone has a problem, you see a solution, they pay you to solve it. If you're not making money, it's because you haven't solved a big enough problem yet. So let's use my YouTube channels as an example. Now we got so many YouTube channels, it's crazy. I saw a problem. I saw a need, right? I wanted visual content. I wanted to learn from successful entrepreneurs, and I wanted it done in a visual way. I used to read books a lot because books was the only way that I was able to get this information. I didn't have mentors to teach me about business, right? I had my parents who were amazing, who taught me how to be a human, but I didn't have any face-to-face mentors that I can go to, so I went to books. But I'm a visual learner. I'd much rather see it. I get a lot more by seeing Simon talk about a message than by reading his book. I just do. It's how I learn. And I think a lot of people are visual learners. And so it's why I started my YouTube channel. I started showcasing successful stories. I started sharing my story as well in the process. And it's been that duality from the beginning of saying, here's what you can learn from successful people, and here's my message as well. So DJ plus thought leader mixed together, and here we go. And we've had success because it solves the problem. Because a lot of you have the same problem. My problem is your problem. You want more success around you. You want to be surrounded by these people just like I did. And instead of you having to watch 40 hours of Simon Sinek content to find the best and mush it together, I do it for you. I actually didn't want to even have a YouTube channel. I didn't want to do this. I wish you did this. If one of you did this, I would just subscribe. Be great, be free. Here we go, amazing. It didn't exist. It wasn't out there. So I did it. And that's the process. You could scratch your own itch. You can see what problems other people have. But success in business comes from solving other people's problems. You subscribe to this channel because you like the content, because hopefully like the content. It adds value to your life. It solves a problem. It sets you up for the day. That's why I have this morning espresso series. It's 5 times a week, Monday to Friday, set you up for the day, give you this shot of energy, motivation plus ideas to help you go off and build your business. This is the problem that I solve. What's the big problem that you solve? Now, there's 3 different kinds of problems that you can solve. I'm gonna break them down for you right here. Number 1 is solve a big problem for a few people. You solve a big problem. This is where you get into really custom consulting or super expensive products. Not everybody can buy a Ferrari, right? It solves a problem for a few people who have a lot of money. It means something to them, and so they put it into it, right? If you're looking at super high-end medical treatments, right? Is it a big problem? Yes, right? Like this person might die if they don't get the medical treatment. It might be something super rare that doesn't hit a lot of people. And so to get treatment, it often costs tons and tons and tons of money, but people are willing to pay it. They go into massive debt to pay it because they don't want to die, or they don't want their family members to die. And so you're solving a really big problem, a huge problem for a tiny group of people, and you charge a lot of money. Option number 2 is solve a small problem for a lot of people. That's what a lot of what my content is about, right? My content, for the most part, is not life or death, right? If you don't have access to my videos, you're not gonna die, probably, right? I hope not. But I hit a lot of people, right? I wanna solve the world's biggest problem. I wanna hit 1 billion people with my content. I'm trying to spread a message in a tiny way across a lot of people. I'm not gonna meet most of you. I've got my tour coming up, by the way. If anybody wants to join me in the tour, link in the description. Come meet me on tour, looking forward to it. But besides that, I'm probably not gonna meet most of you. That's okay. I'm trying to touch people with my videos, with my books, in a meaningful way, but in a small way, right? If I'm part of your success, I'm half of 1%. You're still going off and doing the work. I don't know most of you personally. That's amazing. I'm solving a small problem for a lot of people. And option number 3 is solve a big problem for a lot of people. And this is the hardest one to do. This is if you solve cancer, it's gonna help a lot of people, and it's a really, 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 really big problem. So those are your 3 options. You either solve a big problem for a few people, you solve a small problem for a ton of people, or you solve a big problem for a lot of people. But at the end of the day, you have to solve problems. If you're solving problems and it's meaningful to the people that you're selling to, you're gonna make money. That's the core business. You wanna make money? Help more people. You wanna make money quickly? Help more people quickly. That's the process.
Rule number 4, work hard.
Hard work is your ticket in. No matter where you come from, what you look like, what your skills are, hard work is always the ticket in. The odds might be against you. Awesome. Now what? Quit on your dreams or keep working hard? How you answer that question will change your life. So I have an agent in New York, and when I first started the agency, I almost didn't get in. I didn't get in because I'm a weird case for them. My agent now, he looked at me back then, and this must have been 6 or 7 years ago by now, and he said, Evan, I love your message. The problem is you're not a very good communicator. And that hurt at the beginning because I had already done some speaking gigs. I'd already been making videos for 3 or 4 years. You know, I'd had hundreds, if not 1,000 videos already under my belt, and here he is saying that I suck at communicating. And he said the people that he typically works with are people who are already in media, who have tons of experience, who are great in front of the camera. They need help refining their message. He said, for you, I love your message. You've got a great message. You just suck at being able to communicate it. I'm like, oh, wow. And so, okay, great. Well, where do we go from here? And he said, I'm gonna take a flyer on you. I don't normally do this. I'm gonna take a flyer on you and see where you go. And I didn't want to waste my opportunity. I didn't even know that you could get an agent as a business person, as an entrepreneur, as a speaker. I mean, I guess I heard of speaking houses, but an agent, I thought more entertainment or sports, not for business. So I didn't want to lose this opportunity. You know, I didn't want to regret not giving it my best. And so I said, okay, great. Tell me what I need to do. I'm the worst right now. Awesome. I don't have the skills that everybody else here has. How can I get better? What do I need to do? Tell me. And he said, okay, so your first challenge is I need you to make a bio video. I need you to tell your story, a foundation story video, make it 20 to 40 minutes long, and record it, and I'm gonna look at it, and I'm gonna give you my feedback on it. Okay, great. So I recorded it the next day, and it was in the morning. I recorded it, sent it to him. He gave me feedback, and then at lunch I recorded it again. He gave me feedback, I recorded it again in the evening. And I did it 30 to 40 times. That's a lot. Over the course of however many days, 10 to 12 days, I guess. I recorded the video over and over and over and over and over and over and over again. Every time he gave me feedback, I do it again. Feedback, do it again. And I got better. And I got better. And over the course of a couple months, when I was making 3 videos a day, practicing, sucking, but just practicing and trying to get better and listening to feedback and trying to improve, I quickly became the best case at the agency. I quickly became the #1 person from views, from subscribers, from best practices. I copy what Evan's doing. Now I'm being brought on to help them with their clients and train some of them on how they can get better on YouTube and build their brand. From being the worst, from the guy who almost didn't get in. Because the people who were joining them, one, maybe had bigger egos, but also were having a hard time finding the time to make a video a week. And if they're not making a video a week or having a hard time doing it, and I'm making 3 a day, even if I suck, I'm gonna get better. I'm gonna outpace just because I'm willing to work, just because I'm putting in the effort. You might not have the skills, you might not have the talent, you might not have the looks, you might not have what you think you need to have. How does an introvert build a huge audience and spread a huge message and be famous on YouTube? I don't know. I mean, I'm working on it. Join me on my journey. We'll figure it out together. That was my agent's concern when I first got started, and I'm breaking the mold and doing things in a way that haven't been done. And you can do the same thing through hard work. Hard work doesn't guarantee your success. There's a lot of people who work really hard and never win. A lot of people who work 12-hour days and are doing minimum wage jobs. They're working hard and they don't win. You have to work hard and you have to work smart, but it's not one or the other. The people who were in the agency were working smart, but we're making 1 video a week. I was working less smart, but making 3 videos a day. So I'm gonna get better, I'm gonna get smarter, I'm gonna make it faster, I'm gonna show you what I can do. Hard work is always your ticket in, and one of the biggest problems is people just aren't working either hard enough or smart enough. You just want it too soon, and you can be impatient, and it's amazing, but better than being impatient with the results is being impatient with yourself. Most people are impatient with the results. Like, it's not coming fast enough. Like, where are my subscribers? Where are my views? It's not happening. My first video took me a year to get 3 comments. And the first comment was my mom, the second was my sister, and the third was some random dude, right? A year to get 3 comments, and 2 of the people were my family. You're impatient with the results. What you should be is impatient with yourself. When you're not getting results, when it's not happening, audit yourself. Are you putting in the work? Are you doing enough work? Are you working smart enough? Are you applying the right strategies? Get more frustrated with yourself and your effort more than that the results aren't there. Because if you woke up every day and did that equivalent of making 3 videos a day when other people are making 1 video a week, you will eventually win. It might be slower than you'd like, but it's always slower than you'd like, but you will eventually win because hard work is always your ticket in. So what's the process? I'm gonna give you 3 steps to follow that I think will help. Step number 1 is have a mission. I'm actually not a big believer in having 10-year goals. I think to know what you think you're capable of in a 10-year window is ridiculous. Think about who you were 10 years ago. There's no way that person can predict where you are right now. Not if you're growing, not if you're having any kind of success, not if you've evolved as a human. The goals you had 10 years ago, I just started my YouTube channel 10 years ago, right? 29 years old, 10 years ago, I was just starting my YouTube channel. There's no way I could predict where I would be here. The goals that I would set for myself when I was 29 would be totally off compared to where I'm at right now. It's great. I think you can have a 10-year goal. I think you can hit it. The problem is I think that's small compared to what you're capable of. So instead you have a mission, something that motivates you, something that drives you, something you want to work hard at every day, something so big that you will never accomplish in your lifetime, and yet you wake up every day and want to take another spoon from the ocean, right? Every day you're taking another spoonful out of the ocean. You're never gonna take all the water out, but you took another spoonful and another spoonful and another spoonful. So what's your mission? More important than having a 10-year goal, what is the mission that you are on, that you have to see birth into the world because it matters, because you are built to serve, because you wanna have an impact on the people around you? Number 2 is have play bigger triggers. I'm a big believer in play bigger triggers, which means you have things in your environment that trigger you for success. So the Doritos bag here, no, I'm not sponsored by Doritos. It's a play bigger trigger. I want to eat these all day long. It's a reminder to myself that I'm stronger than the Doritos because damn the Doritos. These pictures all mean something to me. They all mean something. They may not mean anything to you, but they mean something to me. The plaques down there from my YouTube awards mean something. The cast that you can't really see, but what I wore on my neck for 60 days when I broke my neck in 2 spots on my first trip, on my first tour this year. It means something to me. My first camera is down there too that I used for 2 years. All these things, it reminds me of who I am. It reminds me that I'm stronger than I am right now in the moment, that I'm capable of great things, that I finished my tour with a broken neck in 2 spots and still went to another 30 days on the road. That's crazy, right? It's hard to imagine that I did that. And so that's how I remind myself that I did that. I have the cast there. And so whatever makes you feel bold, whatever makes you feel confident, whatever makes you feel alive, put it in your environment, your physical environment, your actual office where you're doing the work. but also your virtual environment. What's on the background of your cell phone? What's on the background of your desktop, right? What do you have? You're looking at it multiple times a day. Does it fill you up? So having a play bigger trigger for yourself. What do you need to have in your environment? Because you only set it up once, right? I only set this up once. I only put this here once. And every day I walk in and it triggers me for success every single day. And step number 3 is pass the pillow test. So I have a pillow test where if you have a pillow, right? Before you hit the bed, before you hit your pillow, don't hit the pillow. Before you hit your head on the pillow, if you're very angry, you can hit the pillow. Before you hit your head on the pillow, ask yourself, are you proud of the effort that you put in tonight? That's the pillow test. If you woke up every day and you were proud of the effort, even if you didn't get the results, but you were proud of the effort that you put in, that today I did something that made me feel proud, that was outside my comfort zone, that I wanted to quit, but I kept going regardless, that I did another take, another video, even though it didn't get the result, I'm proud of what I did today. If you woke up every day and did that and you're proud of your effort, you're gonna create amazing things. Most people aren't proud of their effort. Most people will do just enough of what the client wants, or just enough of what you think your audience wants, your customers want, or just enough. You do just enough. You have to do more than just enough. Tie your self-worth to the effort you're putting in instead of the results. Ask yourself tonight, are you proud of the effort that you put in? I'm proud of the effort I'm putting in on this video. Do I get a result? Do you love it? Maybe yes, maybe no. Maybe it's the worst video of all time for you. That's on me. I need to get better. I'm working on it every single day. I'm trying, but I'm proud of the effort that I'm putting. I'm trying. And if you woke up every day and you were trying your hardest, chasing down the goals and the life that you want, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it because you're unstoppable, but only if you're putting in your maximum effort every day and you pass the pillow test.
Rule number 5, the last one before our very special bonus clip, believe.
What's the difference between you and Jack Ma? You both have crazy dreams. You both started with the odds stacked against you. You both started with very little resources. So what's the difference? The difference is that Jack kept believing in his dreams and his ideas when most people quit and give up. So I actually think you should be on a mission for life. I'm not a big believer in 5-year goals or 10-year goals. I think they can help, but I think if you have a 5 or 10-year goal, you're actually thinking small because you can't predict where you're gonna be in 5 or 10 years. Just like the person you were 5 or 10 years ago could not have designed the life for where you're at right now. Not if you're growing, because the world's changing too quickly and you're growing and evolving. So the ideas and goals that you had 5 years ago may not even be relevant anymore, but the mission stays the same. My mission is believe. Right? Your purpose comes from your pain. So my mission is believe. I want to support entrepreneurs because I struggled so much as an entrepreneur. And I think it's the world's biggest problem. I think the world's biggest problem is people don't believe in themselves enough. I think any other problem that you come up with should have already been solved by now, but the person who could solve that, cancer, the woman who should have solved cancer is an account manager at McDonald's. Because she never tried going to medical school, or 2, she did, but she didn't believe in herself enough to chase it down because everybody around her is telling her that she's crazy. You should be crazy. You're doing something that's never been done before. You're on a mission, right? And so no matter how many people I touch with all of my content, all of my channels, every video that I'm making, every speaking gig, every city that I go to, no matter how many people I touch, it's not going to be enough. I think that's great. I think you should have a mission so big that you're never going to actually accomplish it. I think of Ted Turner's father, who when he made a certain amount of money, became a millionaire, or whatever the number was, he killed himself because he hit his goal. And hitting your goal is actually sad. And so Ted Turner decided that I'm going to set a goal so big that I can never hit it. And that's way more where I'm aligned. I think you should have a mission, something so big that you can never hit it. Some people think of that as, well, it's too big, and so why even try? And I think of that starfish example of the kids at the beach with the starfish, and there's like 1 million starfish on the beach, and she's throwing the starfish back in the water so they can live. And the guy walks by and says, "What are you doing? You can't save all the starfish." And she says, "I know, but I can save that one, and this one, and that one." Right? And so each person that you help, each step you take is beneficial, it's helpful. You never want to actually hit the goal, but you wake up every day working your face off to try to hit the goal, right? To hit that mission. And so that's belief for me, and I desperately hope that you find it for you. So how do you keep believing in your dreams? I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that I think will help. Number 1 is make big decisions with your heart. So big decisions with the heart, small ones with the head. At the beginning, when you're trying to decide what to do, your head and your heart often will fight, they'll conflict, they won't be aligned because your head only understands a world that currently exists. It's safe, it's practical, it's logical, and knows what currently exists. Where your heart can create something brand new. Your heart can imagine something that's never existed before. And so they clash at the beginning, right? Your heart wants to go do this thing, but you don't know how it's going to work out because it doesn't make sense because nobody's done it before. And especially someone who looks like you with your resources and your education, your background and your connections and your financial situation. Nobody like you has ever done it before. That's what your head's saying. And so there's this big fight. You need to take control of the situation. You need to get them aligned by saying, this is what I'm doing, right? Big decisions with the heart. And then your head's saying, oh, he's serious. She's serious. Okay, I better help because I don't want to die. And now your head starts working with you. Now your head starts helping you figure out how to actually go off and accomplish it. You're using your thinking side to help you accomplish your mission. But at the very beginning, it doesn't make sense, and so they'll fight. So the big decisions with the heart, and then the small ones with your head to help you figure out how to actually do it. Step number 2 is daily momentum. The biggest thing that you are missing is momentum. You're a genius. You have Michael Jordan level talent. You can save the world. You've got a big, ambitious, crazy mission that you're on. I love it. It's amazing. That's why you're here. That's why you're an entrepreneur. Let's go, right? I'm excited pretty easily about entrepreneurship. The problem is you don't have momentum. There's no momentum. Nothing's happening enough on a daily basis. And so you need daily momentum. It doesn't matter that you watch one video like this and then you're on fire the rest of the day. It has to be every day, every single day. You have to build momentum to your business. Too many entrepreneurs, they start and they stop and they start and they stop and they start and they stop. They never get anywhere because they're too busy starting and stopping. And then you wonder, where's my, you didn't create the momentum. That's what's missing. Every single day, do the thing, put it into your morning routine that makes you feel bold, alive, unstoppable, confident, and then go out and create momentum. That is your duty, your responsibility, your must every single day. Create momentum. And then step number 3 is ask yourself, what would the most bold version of you do? What would the most bold version of you do? Just ask that question. Here's your mission. Here's what you're trying to accomplish. You're looking at your calendar. You're looking at what you want to accomplish. What would the most bold version? Just eliminate any insecurities, eliminate fears, eliminate judgment, eliminate the toxic people for your life just for this magical, 18 seconds. And ask yourself, what would the most bold version of me do? And then see what comes back. And then chances are that's the actual thing that you should be doing. Because you know what? You do bold things. Most people either have no idea who they are and what they want, or they do, but they don't have the courage and confidence to chase it down. If you don't know who you are and what you want, then that needs to be your immediate priority. That's the single most important exercise that you can do right now. If you know what you want, but you're not chasing after it, having more confidence in who you are will give you the courage to chase it down. Either way, I'm gonna give you the answers in this video. So when I first started making videos, I sucked. You can go back, you can watch the first one. It was April 2009, over 10 years ago. I sucked, I was nervous, I was shy, I was trying to memorize lines, I was sitting down, I was in a suit, I was sweating. I sucked, it was brutal. And making videos isn't a logical choice for someone like me. I was introverted, I still am. I was afraid of being in front of the camera. I'm looking into the lens and the red light went on and I went blank. I was trying to memorize my lines just on paper. If you saw me and you said what I was good at and then put me in a situation where I'm making videos, said, don't do that. That's not for you. Here's the thing. I liked it. I wasn't good at it, but I liked it. And when you like something with enough effort, enough practice, most things you can be great at it. Now I'm still on my journey. I still have a long way to go. There's still people I look up to, guys like Gary who are crushing it and say, I still have my journey to get better on, but I'm a lot better than I was when I started. And now I'm off doing keynote speeches and I'm getting flown out and getting paid to speak in front of audiences. And I'm growing a channel with 2 million subscribers and then these sub channels on top of them. It's crazy because I was doing a thing that on paper I wasn't supposed to be good at, but I just loved it. And that's where the self-awareness piece comes in. Because you will get an idea to go off and try something, but you'll judge the idea and you'll say, I can't do this because I don't have X and Y and Z and I'm not good enough and tall enough and smart enough or whatever enough, right? I'm not enough. And then you play small for life. and you have uncertainty and you're walking on quicksand and you end up being pulled into making somebody else's dreams come true instead of you actually chasing your own version of your life down. Because you're thinking about all the reasons why you're not gonna win instead of the 8 why you will. So take it from me, a guy who's introverted, afraid of the camera, shy, doesn't like talking to people. If I can get here, so can you on your dreams. Now I'm gonna give you a 3-step process that I know will help. It's a topic of my new book called Built to Serve. If you guys wanna get the copy, Built to Serve, we'll link it up here. Go get it, pre-orders right now. It's an amazing book. You have to get it. I'll see you there. Okay, so we're gonna go through a 3-step process. Who, why, how. Who. This is how you develop your self-awareness. You start with who. Who is your one word most important core value? So you think about all the things that made you come alive, all the people that you love, the books you read, the music you listen to. What's the common theme? It's not random. The reason why you love that band and love that song and love that movie and love that teacher from grade 4 French is not because she taught you French. All of those things that you love are connected. There's a theme between them. That's your job to figure it out. You have a single most important core value that strings all of the things that you love together. And when you find out what that is, it allows you to create a better life going forward with intention, with action. So for me, it's believe, right? My parents here on the wall taught me I'm Evan Carmichael. I can do anything that I believe I can. My favorite teachers growing up are the ones who believed in me. My favorite movie of all time is Seabiscuit. It's about this horse that's too small, a jockey that's too big, an owner that's bankrupt, and they all find each other. It's a story of belief. And so what do I make? What's the content on my channels? It's always positive. It's always inspirational. It's always believe. My channel could probably be bigger if I was doing negative content. The stupidest things that this person said, or look at the fight between him and why, right? My channel would actually grow faster. But I wanna be proud of the work I'm doing. I wanna have believe be at the core of everything that I'm making. This video, it's always my intention, whether I succeed or not, whether you actually feel believe or not. I hope you do, because that's what I'm trying to put out. But if you don't, that's my fault. But it's always the intention, right? So when you figure out what your most important core value is, it allows you to build a much more intentional life that you are starting to design instead of following what other people want you to do. Step number 2 is your why. So who, why, how. 2 is your why. Your why is your purpose. Your purpose comes from your pain. Purpose from pain. Your purpose comes from your pain. Whatever you struggled with the most as a human, where you felt the lowest, you felt worthless, you felt like you added no value, that you were just the lowest possible human alive, right? Whenever you felt the worst, your purpose is to help other people who are currently going through that. And you may not be totally through, you might still be struggling, you might still be on your journey, that's okay. You're further ahead than you used to be. You're further ahead than you were a year ago, or 2 years ago, or 5 years ago, or 10 years ago, or whenever this thing happened to you. The most emotional pain that you felt, you're further ahead. And you right now can go back and talk to who you used to be and give that person advice in a way that only you could, in a way that I couldn't reach. Like you can reach who you were 5 years ago in a way that I couldn't reach today. And Tony Robbins couldn't reach, and Gary Vee couldn't reach. You can reach them in a way that nobody else can reach. That's your purpose. Because humans are built to serve. That's the name of my book, Built to Serve. Humans are built to serve, but you can serve in a lot of different ways. Just doing acts of kindness, good deeds will make you feel good. It's wired into us, right? Helping others has the same impact on your brain as food and sex. It hits the same spot. So you want to serve, you want to help. But how do you help? And so when you can do some kind of act of kindness, a good deed, hold the door for somebody, awesome, makes you feel good. But what will take you up to a whole other level is helping people who currently are what you used to be. And there's lots of people. The person who you used to be, there are lots of people who currently are that. Your purpose comes from your pain. The idea is not to live in the pain and stay in the pain and wallow in the pain. You've come through it, at least partly. You use that as strength to now go and help countless other people because now you're on a mission. And then we get to step number 3, which is our how. So who, why, how? How is how did you get out of the hole that you were in? What did you struggle with? What did you suffer with? So my who is believe, my why is helping entrepreneurs because I struggled so much as an entrepreneur. And then how I got out of it, how did I struggle so much as an entrepreneur and then get out of the hole? It was through modeling success. My software company was really struggling. I was making $300 a month and I felt embarrassed and ashamed as a human that I've added no value to the world. I studied Bill Gates and how he started his software company. I modeled that success and I started to have success in my company. Modeling success saved my company and saved my self-worth. And so what have I done now for the past 20 years is teach people how to model success. What's the point of it? Why have this video here? Why have this channel? I'm trying to teach you what Gary Vee knows, what I know, what all the people on my channel have to share so that you can model success and get on your path faster, right? That's the goal. And so that's my how. My how then became a recipe for other people that for the past 20 years is all I've been doing. Same thing for you. However you got out of the hole that you were in. And again, you may not be all the way out. That's okay. You're further ahead than you used to be. How did you do it? What did you do to get out? Was it modeling success? Was it meditation? Was it prayer? Was it drinking water every day? Like, what did you do to get out of it? You can teach that. That wasn't random. There's a lot of people who don't know what to do, who currently are facing the issues that you used to face. They're stuck. And you represent hope. Because you made it out. You're further along. And whatever you did to get there, you can now teach other people how to do the same thing. And that will fill you up for life. Your who, your why, your how, from the book, Built to Serve. That's how you have self-awareness.
Because you made it this far in a video, I want to celebrate you. Most people start and don't finish. Most people never actually follow through. Most people say they want something, but they don't ever do the work to actually get it. But you are different. You are special. Believe Nation, you made it here all the way to the end, and I love you. So as a special celebration, if you put a hashtag believe down in the comments below on this video, I will showcase you and celebrate you somewhere on the screen in a future video because you are awesome.
If you want to learn how to structure your day for success, check out the video next to me. I think you're gonna enjoy. Continue to believe. I will see you there.
Make your calendar your life. This is how you start to live an intentional life because you've designed it. You've put it in your calendar. Not just the business things. When we think about a calendar, it's usually your business stuff.